Hello, everyone, and welcome in to another Roulette Rivals World Championships 2022 group stage matchup. This time it is a Group G matchup between Sparklxs and In4Fun. And I am joined for this cast by ThatObserver. Hello, Observer. How are you?
I'm doing good, Barb. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'm awake. I've got coffee. I've got roulette. And this is going to be a really good match. I'm pretty excited for this one. Yeah, I have no complaints. How's your Saturday so far?
Yeah, like you said, once you have the coffee and a good roulette match, it's going pretty well, and two really good players in their group. So it's really a battle of the giants, to be honest, in terms of this group.
Yeah.
Group G.
Sparklxs, I am familiar with more, I would say, as a speedrunner before this particular tournament. There's a background of speedrunning, I think, here, but really awesome to see Sparklxs show up as a rookie for this tournament, and In4Fun, no rookie by any means, obviously, previous RRWC champion. So awesome to see In4Fun back here and fighting and playing really well. Let's be honest, In4Fun never disappoints. Even if a match should end in a loss, it's always really awesome to watch In4Fun play. So I'm excited. And Miami is Sparklxs' choice. We will also then be off to Haven, chosen by In4Fun. Do you have the third map pick handy as well? I suppose we should just throw it out there on the table, right?
Of course. Secret map number 3. It looks like it's going to be Dubai.
Dubai. All right, quick one. So the first two maps, not necessarily quick. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. I like it when it's not over quickly.
Definitely.
Somewhere between 6 minutes to 15 minutes. Definitely not 20. Anything more than 20, even by a number of seconds, is too much. Simply too much. But yeah, very exciting. Very exciting stuff to see. A match here consisting of Miami, Haven, and Dubai. Looking at this performance here, In4Fun looks pretty confident on paper. 12 wins, 7 losses. Sparklxs, being a rookie, has been here only just once before, but was victorious. So maybe be blessed with an interesting spin. Speaking of, it's here. Would you care to tell us what it is, Observer?
I'd love to. So we have Sierra Knox Fiberwire as the race coordinator, and we have Robert Knox SMG as the waiter. So yeah, it's pretty standard spin.
Yeah, I would say so. No ridiculously difficult disguises to get. You'd have a live kill on Sierra, but it's nothing quite so deviated from the sugar strat possibly, but we'll see what happens. In4Fun's going in with the race coordinator's start, or excuse me, the event staff.
Yeah, very nice start. Usually seen for when you're getting a disguise like this, so getting it first for Sierra is pretty smart because you're going to have to bring it to her. You can't isolate her and come back and bring it. But yeah, pretty nice starts from both of them. Sparklxs does get the waiter first, which is a good shout as well.
Sure. And I always love to see players take opposing strategies when approaching a Miami spin. I feel like that tends to be one of the maps where we will see differing starts more often than some other maps, like Mumbai, maybe, for instance. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out for him. In4Fun's going through the backstage, kind of behind the staff area, and he's out here by the area that connects to the medical. And Sparklxs is running up the stairs here. I wonder if he's going to get the race coordinators from that are up here in the stands.
Yeah, I think that's the best shout for Sparklxs right now. In4Fun got the sugar as well, and he's going to head over, probably get Sierra kill done straight away. Of course, there is that free waiter right next to the sugar, which is pretty convenient for this spin as well.
Mm-hmm. And Sparklxs is indeed using some calmer darts on these race coordinators up here. These are definitely the easiest ones. I mean, I wouldn't say they're easy. You got to be able to get through that door there, so it does require like a lockpick or SMG or something, but very good to know that they are there. In4Fun's getting himself the Kronstadt Mechanic disguise now to begin the Sierra sugar strat lure on her. And Sparklxs is heading into the Kronstadt garage as well.
I am a bit curious, to be honest. I noticed on the map, In4Fun Smuggle looks to be over by the entrance of the whole like racing convention. I'm worried that that's like could have been a miss smuggle, because I'm not sure what one could be up in the Kronstadt building or down there that is convenient. So I'm a bit worried that that one's a bit far away.
Yeah, hopefully it's not, and hopefully it's not the fiber wire. Whatever is smuggled, hopefully it is not the fiber wire. I mean, I would assume not, because he's ready to get the peekaboo and kill now. But it is always possible. We've seen it before. Misplanning. He does have fiber wire, thank goodness.
Yeah, I spot the SMG there as well, so anything after that can be improv. I'm sure it was just a spare trank or something.
Snail, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and there is In4Fun with the Sierra kill. No need to box her up. No one will go into that room. Usually when you see players do that, it's just out of an abundance of caution or a reflex of just being a tidy assassin. But definitely not necessary. So now Sparklxs will be doing same lure. And In4Fun is in the waiter disguise already and heading over to Robert's laptop, presumably in satellite dish.
Yeah, very nice. And actually, I think In4Fun's. I'm trying to think. I think it's actually this little bathroom stall. So yeah, it's one of the most perfect smuggles they could have brought. Completely forgot about this smuggle.
Oh, and what do we think it is?
Oh,
He's not
we'll
even
never
going.
know.
He's not even going for it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably just a trank. Maybe for those two security guards in the camera room up here, because they can be a pain if you get Robert a bit late and don't drag him in. But regardless, I'm sure he'll be able to deal with them swiftly.
Do I hear music? Oh, Sparklxs has some music playing in the background at a low volume.
Yeah, I have to say they're pretty close still in terms of like based on if Robert's far away after this laptop is shot, or if Sparklxs shoots the laptop early, then we could still see a photo finish for sure on this.
Yeah, depending on Robert's position, for sure, but they are both at very similar in-game times, and In4Fun has covered a lot more ground. Sparklxs just has a lot to traverse to get to where he is, and it also looks like Robert's very close for In4Fun.
Yeah,
So if this
very
does
nice.
if this does land in the range of photo finish, it would, it may technically satisfy it, but it would not be looking good for Sparklxs, I don't think. But In4Fun now moving in on Robert and his guard. No problem with the pacifications there. No one is heard. The SMG is in hand. Gonna change disguises. SMG through that door, probably. No need to even use the shotgun. You could if you wanted to, but why bother?
Yeah, very clean for In4Fun. Hopefully that guard's on a decent cycle. Seems like he's fine, and does have a crowbar, even nicer.
Crowbar, more like slow bar. That took like almost 1.5 seconds to get that door open. Sheesh. Nicely done there by In4Fun. 5 minutes, 20 seconds in game time. And Sparklxs has the laptop disabled. Robert is on his way, but look at how far away he is. Oof.
Yeah.
That could not have worked out worse, I think, for Sparklxs in terms of timing. Just for Robert's cycle, that extra maybe 30 seconds that he was behind, for whatever reason, just could be little things that kind of just added up into just, he wasn't able to move out as quickly as In4Fun. But In4Fun caught him with much better timing than Sparklxs did, through no fault of Sparklxs. It played very clean. This is a really solid Miami on his part as well. But it's just not enough to beat In4Fun, who is really, really stiff competition. Let's face it.
Yeah, honestly, just I think again as that beginning, that race coordinator was the big time difference for In4Fun. It is further
Sure.
from Sierra, but it's faster. You might think the other one's closer, but it takes a lot of steps. But yeah, very nice for In4Fun. And Sparklxs I think it was about 6 seconds outside that photo finish window. And like you said, even
Ooh.
if he did qualify for it, it's definitely going to be in favor of In4Fun with the better IGT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not to take anything away from what Sparklxs did with that run. There was very clean, no mistakes.
Yeah.
The difference in start and just having to get that race coordinator from there versus how In4Fun approached it probably made up the bulk of the difference. And I think against probably most other roulette players, that strat would win or at least get you a photo finish. That was
Yeah.
extremely solid. You have to be really good to pull one over on In4Fun or take advantage of just some bad luck and some bad RNG that the game has served. But we are heading off next to Miami. Or no. We were just there. We were heading off next to Haven Island. Chosen by In4Fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, interesting pick for In4Fun. He does have a really good performance here, but yeah, it was an interesting pick, in my opinion. And it's been a very popular map, this RRWC. As you can see by that record being broken. Nearly got broken twice, actually. I think had somebody off by 5 seconds to that new record within the same week. So it's been a really popular map lately.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty popular map, and I have to say I'm enjoying it more myself. It has grown on me a lot since the start of my roulette career, at least. Even from a shoutcasting perspective, I think I've just grown to like matches on Haven more and understand it more over time as well. It's really a game. It's really a question of like time checkpoints. I feel like on Haven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as far as when Ludmila's at the restaurant, when she leaves the restaurant, whether it's better to start getting Steven and Ludmila first and getting Tyson last, or starting Villa staff. Because as we know, even if we see Suit in a spin, you don't have to start Suit. You can always start Villa staff and get Tyson first. So it's just a question of like those checkpoints, like when it's not practical to get Steven sick anymore, and when you can get Ludmila like in a hut, for instance, like Portman's hut or the other hut that she walks by, on her way to the restaurant, things like that. So I imagine both of these players have an idea of what those time checkpoints are that they have to stay inside and be aware of. And it's interesting to kind of fit that into just like where you have to get the other disguises from. If any particular items are needed, consume poison, for instance, things like that can all add an interesting layer that they have to accommodate their time wisely for.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like you said, there's no fireworks remote on this map, so you really got to know your stuff.
I mean, there is the server lure, but that's not technically a fireworks remote, although...
Yeah, it's like the raw floor of Haven.
It is the Rolf lure of Haven. It does have its uses, though, I think. I know that there are people in the community who... I know Meme Junkie is a very big advocate of the server lure, so maybe we will be blessed with a spin that is a good candidate for the server lure. Let's see. But I feel like very often we see approaches that are not the server lure, so let's see what happens. Our spin is here, and it is this. Tyson Williams. Loud explosive weapon as a waiter. Stephen Bradley with a barber razor as resort guard, and Ludmila Petrova with scissors as personal trainer. So this seems to me pretty clearly not a server lure spin, unfortunately, just because the personal trainers in it, waiters in it for Tyson, resort guard for Steven. I feel like it's probably looking like personal trainers start as, or Villa staff. No, okay.
Yeah. Interesting approach. And maybe they just want to get that Tyson set up as soon as possible, which can be an interesting kill. But of course, there's a loud explosive weapon in the security room, which I hope you see both of them utilizing, because you need a lot of loadout for a Haven, whether it's secret tranks or crowbars.
That's true. Haven is a map that I will say is also blessed with particular items as well. There's a silenced pistol on it. As you said, there's that loud explosive. There's consumed poison. There's the medic syringe. So there is some good treasures to be had on this map if you know where to find them and how to work them into your run as well. So both players starting out by getting the cinema prepared for the Tyson isolation, as we so often see him set up here.
Yeah, very nice right now. And it's a good point from chat as well. I didn't even think of it, but every single item used to kill all the targets is available in the house, which is really nice, actually. It's very rarely that case.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true, isn't it? Barber razor. That's not in Tyson's room, is it?
It's in the jacuzzi room, I think, on the sink.
Okay.
And that scissors, of course, in that little secret book room that we have for Tyson, which is
Yes.
not very secret now anymore.
Right, and also it's not. It's very trivial to gain access to that when you have the bodyguard disguise. Okay, so is the barber razor that In4Fun has just picked up. And you run down into the security room here to grab yourself a silenced pistol, and that loud explosive is in there as well. I do not like taking this shot from here. Is he really going to try this?
Yeah, I mentioned this last time we took the shot as well on
Oh my
Haven.
gosh.
It is scary, but as long as you put away your gun quickly and you're not aiming in, you're not like elevated, so you should be safe. But yeah, it seems practice playing for fun at least, but I don't like it still, even though it could be 100% safe.
Sure. Yeah, it feels risky. But it saves time. You don't have to run out and jump over the fence and take the shot from the glass and then run around. You can probably save 10, 15 seconds, which isn't inconsequential, especially when you're playing at a very high margin, like In4Fun does. So I can see why that would be a worthwhile thing to pursue. So both players now heading across this shallow little shoal, connecting to the... Oh, no, Sparkl's actually doubling back. But In4Fun's proceeding forward through next to the spa here and going to be heading for Steven, I would imagine.
Yeah, should be good timing for Steven here. Get him in that little bushy area that we see this very nice shot from.
And this is before he's deeper in the hut where he goes to have his conversation with the snorkel instructor. Where it could be just a little bit more annoying to get that shot on him, but...
Yeah, it did get it off. It seemed like Sparklxs had to go back for that barber razor, which of course is needed for the Steven kill, so not much of a detour, but does add up.
Yeah, definitely. Both players at very similar in-game times, once again. But at very different points in their run. In4Fun's obviously working on getting the personal trainer disguise now. Sparklxs will be heading to presumably get Steven sick. So the banana makes easy work of that personal trainer grab.
Yeah, very nice grab. I'm curious what that coin's purpose is. Is it to stop somebody catching him slip? To make it scarier? Because it seemed very methodical from In4Fun there with that coin throw at the right time. So I'm curious. I wonder if anybody actually knows why. That maybe it's just a bit of safety.
That was a good catch. I only know that there are sometimes eyeballs I can see through that window. So it must have been something to that end.
So.
All right, Sparklxs is working on pacifying Steven's guard, and once he's in the bathroom there, he's going to pacify Steven right in front of the toilet.
Yeah, very nice. I have to say, Sparklxs is slowly catching up a little bit, even though he had a couple of detours and loaded in a little bit later. He is pretty close to In4Fun still, just a bit of walking between them.
In4Fun's tossing a coin at Ludmila and her resort guard, as they're walking up to the restaurant, and he actually gets the seeker on her before she even reaches the top of the stairs. Wow. 4 or 5 minutes even.
I love to see players make the target stop. No point in taking that risky shot on the stairs if you have one dart left. So throwing something is a really nice call for fun there, because it'd be a really heavy rip. You'd have to do some emetic food stuff if you missed out, I think, or just hit the restart button.
And even though he was in bushes, I just kind of worry a little bit that sometimes people can see into bushes when you're aiming, even if you're
Yeah.
crouched. And like that I would have worried about that risking like a lockdown or a gun flash or something. You know what I mean? So, but he must have practiced it or just
Oh,
not felt any risk. Oh no. So that waiter walked into that room there. He had set up the banana for the personal trainer, right?
yeah. I think the safety from In4Fun actually was preventing things like that. I'm not sure why that waiter went in. Maybe he was investigating the sound system because it was still on, or it's just a
Hmm.
natural cycle. But yeah, that's a massive rip for Sparklxs, and it's
Ouch.
looking really good for In4Fun right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. He's got Ludmilla in the bathroom here. He's got his scissors in hand. Now, there is this gentleman outside the restroom here who comes in and washes his hands, but he's not in front of any mirrors. I say take him out just because. Go for it. As long as you're crouched.
Ooh, yeah, scary guy to knock out because of the mirror, but
Yeah.
that's him dealt with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
just a bit
felt
of
he felt good about that angle.
yeah. As long as you have a bit of distance, you should be okay. It's looking pretty good for him now. He just has to bring all of his disguises and items to each target. They're all isolated. He should be
Yep.
able to exit. We'll probably see a villa exit.
Yes. Yeah, I would imagine so. Oftentimes I feel like Tyson is the first target isolated and the last one killed. Although not always. Definitely not always. But most of the
Yeah,
time, because he's very near to exits, there are disguises around that make it easier to get to the exits. In4Fun gets the second kill here. Barber Razor on Stephen Bradley. The weather is going to take a turn for the worse on Haven Island as he heads for Tyson for this loud explosive
yeah.
kill.
Actually, great point from Chad. Completely forgot that it's a remote kill, and it's probably still up In4Fun. I didn't catch it, but yeah, he's probably just gonna get waiter and exit both, so it's gonna be over way quicker than we think.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That is a very close exit to Ludmilla is sometimes preferred as the last target too. It all just depends on the spin.
Yeah, exactly. Still a scary room here though for In4Fun. We've seen a lot of rips in this one.
Yeah, this is there are eyeballs outside this window sometimes. All right, it's gonna work out okay.
Yeah, just very clean from In4Fun. Not much to say. Even breaks the little projector screen with that explosive. But yeah, very nice.
Beautiful. 7 minutes 55 seconds in game time, and with no rips. Just one
Yeah,
from Sparklxs, but unfortunately, a critical rip.
yeah. Pretty much the deciding factor. Would have been very close. I would have loved to see in the scenario where it continued on because I feel like it would have evened out really closely. But yeah, unfortunately, that is no photo finish. So
Score 4-0.
and yeah, we are moving to the lovely Scepter now in Dubai.
And Dubai will be very quick.
Yeah, not many spins on Dubai that can really make the time stretch on. Maybe some annoying disguises. Of course, the assassin can be a bit annoying, but even at that,
Yeah,
it's like such a small detour compared to other maps.
yeah. Even if something like the ornate scimitar is seen as a kill item, obviously that can be brought in by players. So sometimes I feel like the thing that makes us spin the hardest on Dubai is suit spin, because when you see suit, you know that you only have the one start, and you have a very tight window to get to Carl on time before he starts walking, and you gotta get up there with some calmers and or with just the ability to make some. You need to have practiced how quickly to get up there and make those KOs, basically, because it's very hard to make happen if you haven't done that.
Yeah, 100%. It's a very interesting approach. And yeah, little things like getting up that vine even can be a a problem for some players. If you have like a large firearm, you gotta make sure you do something to make sure that guard doesn't see you. Can't leave your briefcase there because it actually gets brought up through the room where Marcus gets isolated usually around 2 minutes, which can be a problem. You can see In4Fun even tossing it into the abyss there so nobody will find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a critical thing to do if you start with something with a briefcase, is make sure it's not a large illegal item, because you can't, you're going to be seen getting up to this part. But yeah, it all just depends. I feel like most of the spins we see on Dubai aren't terribly difficult, but In4Fun is showing here that he knows how to get up here in his suit, get these KOs with time for Carl. And that's like, look at that timing, just as he turns around right there, to see a fist coming at his face. You got to be that quick just to catch him before he gets too far.
Yeah, it's very tight, but yeah, well practiced. And hopefully,
of course, if it's something like Art Crew, Ingram Bodyguard, then it's, you're on easy street. But that's one of the things that makes a Dubai spin the hardest, is seeing suit. That's one of the kill conditions.
Yeah, for sure. And there is some crazy spins on this day could get, but definitely so many spins I feel could be possible to break that record. But again, it comes down to planning and if you can get in fast enough, if you have bad loading time, things like that.
Sure.
You never know what you can get.
Yeah, In4Fun has pretty good statistics here, and this is Sparkl's first outing on Dubai. In4Fun's got 6 wins, 4 losses, and someone's numbers are going to shift. Both of their numbers are going to shift, actually. So go ahead, tell us what we have for our last spin, Observer.
So yeah, funny enough, we have suits. We have Carl Ingram assault rifle suit and Marcus Stuyvesant drowning as the event staff. So this is actually an interesting spin.
Yeah, this is actually unexpectedly very interesting, I think, because we also have drowning for Marcus, right? So suit starts necessary. You gotta have the assault rifle can be loud or silenced. So since there are guards up there with silenced assault rifles, we're gonna see that for Carl. But In4Fun going in with the suit start here, and Sparkle's taking a bit longer on the planning phase. In4Fun does chuck his briefcase over the barrier there. Very important step.
Yeah, very nice move for fun. And even just no, I didn't even notice until now. Firstly the grenade, because you don't want to bring a seeker, and also the FA stealth gun, so you can actually open this door up to speed up isolating Carl, because otherwise you wouldn't have any way getting in unless you had key hackers or a large firearm. So that's pretty nice as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually... Yeah, here we go. Alright, so In4Fun takes that dart shot first and just chokes that guy out. Uh-oh. Don't let him wake him up.
Ooh.
This'll...
next snap. Okay.
Yeah, I think this will be okay. This will be alright for fun. Alright, gets his green guns back. Now he needs to get down there and get Marcus. Oh, because Marcus is...
I think... he threw the grenade, yeah.
Yeah, so he... Yeah, that's the little interesting kind of wrinkle here. Now he doesn't need to get himself an event staff disguise, but there is not... There's one in the laundry room down there where one of the smuggles is.
And I won't lie, it's very close to record, but I think it's just going to be out of it. I actually think it would have been really close. We're looking at 2:42, so we have about 30 seconds until the record's gone. When it gets down to 27:18, the record is gone.
Oh, he takes the wrong disguise, because there's one that's like in a bag right on that shelf there.
Yeah. And worth noting here, he needs to stay still for a moment after this, otherwise he can get extended illegal after killing Marcus. Oh, but he has about 14 seconds.
How long do you wait?
Oh, and of course he has to go around. That door is locked with the key card, and yeah, I think it's just went now at that 18 seconds mark, but so close.
Yeah, if it were any other spin, maybe could have been But I feel like drowning just took maybe a bit more time and execution. If you could have had Marcus in the hallway there, you know, something like SMG, Ingram Bodyguard or something, no question. But just the drowning requiring that extra disguise change and stuff like that just wasn't meant to be. But
yeah, fortunate. Amazing though, regardless, of course.
yeah, that'll be GG's to In4Fun on a clean sweep, but also really well played by Sparklxs as well. It's easy to feel kind of badly about yourself after you get swept in a match, but it is you can play really well and still just not be as good as someone who's been around and, you know, has won championship titles and stuff. You know, it's just part of the game. You're going to be humbled by some really good players, and it helps to make you better in the long run. So, and Sparklxs is already really good and shows a lot of promise. So
Exactly, yeah. For a rookie to actually give a RRWC champion, and I think even if coming second in the previous RR event as well, to give them a run for their money is always a good show, to be quite honest. A couple of unfortunate rips, but everybody has a bad day and everybody has a good day. And it wasn't even a bad day for Sparklxs, to be honest. It's just some unfortunate little mistakes that caught him in the long run. But yeah, amazing display from both players.
Definitely an amazing match, and it looks like the other match is still going on right now too. So we will we're going to raid over into that match that Gordy is hosting right now, and he will do the breakdown of the brackets and point standings for Group G as well, or we will ask him to when we arrive in the raid. So let's enjoy this other matchup here between Gorge and I Like Hitman. Observer, thank you for admitting and for co-casting. Observer, or In4Fun and Sparklxs, thank you for playing, putting on a good show. Chat, thank you. Let's enjoy this match over on Gordy's channel.